Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning. Okay, so how are you guys? So hopefully you in good condition. So I'm going to talk about the role of audio in the radio. Okay, if you see the slide here, is a topic about the role of audio in the radio. So let me start with the purpose of audio used in radio network is we want to attract to attract the attention of our audience. We want to give them the emotion and thoughts, and to enhance the understanding of the content itself, and at the same time, because by the concept is explain also the text, the graphics, and also the visual that we put in our audio for the radio. Okay. Next. Okay. Audio also can guide us with the message, with the content that we provide to the public's audience, alright? Because the increasing of their interest, where it's now because the conversion of the media, digital platform and so on, so that the audio also must be captioned, have to be attract also the audience at the same times. Okay, so this is basically where is the concept when we hear through on air and so on. Okay, and the translation of the sound system using the of the frequency live and so on. Okay, so it depends how the sound wave to our listeners. Okay, to hear what is this the content is about. All right. Okay, next. Okay, the concept of audio is amplitude measure, because it's the unit quite technical part. Rate of change, the call pitch, all right, and sounds to vibrational of the air during the around us. Okay, and the vibration is about the audio waves. Okay, so the concept was at the same time this form of radio waves. In Malay we call it bentuk gelombang audio. Okay, so this the distance along the wave and so on. Okay, so using the hertz for examples. Okay, time cycle, and this the hours wave, how the distance the radio the process of their radio waves audio. Okay, and audio digital version, audio analog, because the analog digital converted with ADC, for example. Okay, the AC digital analog converter, where its ADC change to the analog signal to the digital positions, and the AC change digital position to analog signal. So this is sound, where is the sound card, memory card, for example. Okay, allow us to record and so on. Okay, and also we have editing software to edit after we record the content using a digital, like for example memory card and so on. Okay, and this what we call that, the translation model, digital audio and audio and audio. Okay, the model is a format from the analogs to ADC, and from the digital for the format analog and so on. Okay, so that's how we the transform the information, the content through the channel of digital, how they translate from the audio digital to analog concept analog from the audio digital, for example. So that is the things happening also for the digital system. So they how they transform it into the digitalized and so on at the same time. Okay, and at the same time also this is a process how the audio record. Okay, where is the processing we record and process through the microphone and so on. Okay, so this the system, the signal where is delivery. Okay, and this the system where is the digital to converter and so on. And the other one is the how after that we complete our recording and so on, and then we transform to the variety of their tools. For example, like the handphone channel, for example. Okay, you listen the content of the podcast, for example. You listen whatever that radio in live and so on. Okay, so this is thing that the process when we do the recording and the process after you complete the editing and so on, then we deliver the information through this digital converter. Okay, so audio sampling is this is things that are quite technical. Okay, don't worry. Okay, I try to be summarize. Okay, because the computer changes from audio and digital, where is every second audio will be recorded to digitals, and is high the quality of digital audio signal produced, and this three factor that we have to look. The sample rate, the sample size, and the channel. Okay, so this audio sampling also at the same time we are looking the rate of the sample, the size of our audience, and also the channel that we use. For example, like if you have the platform in the Facebook platform, in the live streaming, for example, all these things that using for the contribution of how we delivery through the platform that we use, the media. So for example, like radio now, we have a lot of the channels. We have the website, we have the digital YouTube and so on, and so this is things that we are doing now. Okay, so meaning that to create the content of digital is the things that you have to who is our target audience, so what type of the content that you need, for example, right? So for example, let's say podcast, there's a trend example in the social media now. Okay, so the topic also must be catchy and must be something that what is the people doing. For example, like now for the COVID-19, for example, the issues of COVID-19. So so maybe you can talk about the COVID-19, how we are preparing the Ramadan, for example. Okay, the COVID-19, for example. So how we look at the scenario of the Ramadan in the COVID-19, for example, let's say the Ramadan and so on. Okay, so this is things that trend in the social media, and when I'm do some research podcast and so on. Okay, trend now is about COVID-19, for example, and then some the how this Ministry of Health, for example, okay, give their speech, their talk, and so on. Okay, so this is thing that we can do for the produce, the creative, for the content, for the radio. So I think that's the most what we call that, to produce something in the content digital. Okay, you need to look what is the trend, what is the target audience, who are these users, for example, because people looking at the handphone and so on to produce, to listen in something, to watch something and so on. Okay, so I think that's it for today. So hopefully you okay, and thank you very much. Assalamualaikum. Bye.